Hello Libra, thank you very much for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. Ellen Dugan, yes. For supportive oracle cards, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. Stacy DeMarco, good. I want to say I've been saying Stephanie for a while. I don't know why. All right, let's do relationship first, single second. And the oracle cards come out as needed. Libra, right? Yeah. Okay. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know if this is good or bad, but we'll find out. I don't think you're doing too bad. I feel like you have to hold the line for some reason. You're trying to keep things... I almost kick myself because I feel like I say this every time I do a Libra video, like the balance word. I almost feel like I'm saying it so much it's even nauseating me. But you have to hold the line. And things are going to go out of whack if you don't. And I feel like you're trying to hold things in place. You're trying to keep things from moving forward or backward. You're just trying to keep them, like they're at a good even keel, and you want to keep them there. Even, balance, whatever. You're trying to keep them balanced, literally. I feel like you're literally trying to keep them at a balance. Like you've attained it, and you want to keep it. You're trying to. Now, you got the Ten of Cups, like you're literally doing very, very well. Things feel really good with this relationship, and your partner is working with you. Like, you've kind of put the precedent of, like, this is what I expect, this is how I want it to go. And you've explained and shown, possibly even proven, shown, proven, however you want to look at that, that by keeping things the way they are, everybody seems to get along. Everything seems to work out. Everything is really good. And I see them not only adhering to that, but working to keep it that way. Like, things are good, and they agree things are good. And they're working to keep it that way because they agree with you. And you're very happy. Like, it's not a challenge for you to keep it in line. You expect that. So as long as it stays at a good, everybody's feeling good, everybody's doing good, you're like, yeah, this is how this works. Like, it's not hard because this is what's expected. This is what I need to do. If it was too easy, you'd be like a little uncomfortable. Like, what's out of balance here? You'd be questioning it. Like, why is it so easy? Now, the first challenge, like, you both have a challenge card. I mean, that's how these readings go. The first challenge coming in, though, is theirs. The strength card on their side and them trying to keep it the way it is to the point where I don't feel like they're rolling with the punches. It's almost like the situation is this, and this is how you do it. The situation is this, so this is how you do it. The situation may change, but they don't, and they keep going, oh, that's okay, this is how you do it. Like, they're not rolling with the punches, they're not morphing with it, they're not changing with the moment. Like, I don't know how to say this other than, like, you're baking a cake, and it's like, you have flour, you have eggs, you have sugar, make a cake. Make a cake. And you're like, you have flour, butter, sugar, I'll make a cake. And you're like, well, wait a minute. It's kind of like, no, one of your ingredients changed. You might be able to make something else, but you're mixing that. You're not going to make the same thing. Butter, eggs, that's different. No, this is going to come out much different. And I feel like you would realize, okay, things have changed, now I have to change. Since the situation changed, balance has to change, because you can't balance, you have different items, you have to balance them differently. Here I go with the balance word, sorry. But they're kind of like, well, the things might have changed, but I'm going to balance it the same way I have. I'm going to do it the same way they told me to do it, and it's fine. That's the challenge with the strength card for them. They're trying to keep it the same. They're trying to keep going the same way. And that's your challenge card. Things coming in quickly and throwing things around. Like, your ingredients are changing is what I'm getting. It's external. Things are getting changed around a little bit. And that's your challenge, to catch it. And not only because you're going to be able to, I feel like you'll catch it. Once you catch it, you'll balance it yourself. Your partner won't. Your partner's going to keep doing it the same way they have been doing it. That's the problem. My eye is twitching. I hate that. Okay. The thing is, this is also... they feel like as long as they keep doing things the same way, it's going to be okay. And they're very, very much about that. They want to keep the things that are going the same way. And they're not willing to, like, this is a problem. They keep pushing forward the same way. I'm getting that with the Ace of Wands. And I'm getting the Ace of Wands coming in with the Chariot with the boundaries. Like, no, can't color outside the lines. Got to color inside the lines with the same colors, the same ways. Every time. The Chariot and the Ace of Wands, plus with the boundaries, that boundaries is a big piece of this. They're like, no, this is my framework. This is how I do it. And if something falls out of whack, instead of changing with it, they're compensating for it, and they're like, well, I guess I have to get eggs, and I'll just leave the butter there. I'll just get the eggs myself, and I'll just ignore that the butter is even happening. And that's what we'll do, and I'll just make this cake, and I'll just keep. That's what I'll do. It's like they're actively going to find the missing ingredient. They're going to put it in themselves, and they're just going to ignore the extra, and just like it's not even there. Like literally, because I'm getting the Seven of Wands spiritually, like. Seven of Swords, excuse me. I feel like they're ignoring the extra. I feel like that's literally what they're ignoring. And they're not meshing with it well. I don't know. So, like, I see you trying to deal with this, but now, the way this is going to balance out, I can't help myself with the balance word. I'm just, like, addicted to it, apparently. You're looking at this, and you're kind of like, all right, now what? I'm kind of stuck. When I'm seeing the Hanged Man, like, I'm stuck with my partner handling it the way they're handling it. And you're like, all right. I also know the history. Like, your Six of Cups is your spiritual card. Like, all right. I can try to get them to kind of mold with this. But I know what type of challenge that is. So when it comes to your partner, you have the Hanged Man. Like, it's kind of like, I think I'm just going to leave it for what it is. And if we're going to use that same analogy, it's like, all right, they're ignoring the butter. So I'm going to grab a hold of the butter, and I'll do something with that. Because when I'm seeing the Four of Pentacles, you're helping your partner keep it the same way, and you're keeping it from them what you're doing with the extra. Like, you're gathering the extra that they're ignoring, and you're doing something else with it, and you're just keeping it out of their sight, is what I'm getting. When I'm feeling this Four of Pentacles, this is how you're keeping things the same for them. You see, like, what they compensated for what's lacking. They went and got it themselves, and then they kept going the same pattern. You're like, well, there's these extra things. The butter's just over there. Like, we can't just keep accumulating butter and letting it rot over there. So I'll get that, and I'll just do something with it. I'll just keep it out of their sight and let them live their happy life. They're doing what they can do. I just feel like it's best that if I do it that way, this will be okay. So you're just gathering those extra things. Literally, I feel like you're holding everything in the same place. It's just you're taking care of the extra, and you're discarding it or doing what you need to do with it. And they're fighting to keep going. The thing is, they're not that oblivious, is what I'm also getting. They're not. They're really not. They're playing it off like they're not seeing the extra butter. They're playing it off like they don't know what you're doing. They're playing along with you. But this Nine of Swords is saying, like, it's almost like they know, like, all right now it's the butter that's different. That something else is going to change too. Something else is coming down the line. There's going to be more changes coming. But I feel that what they're gaining from this is they realize you're trying to help them. You're trying to help them work through this. And I feel like they're going to hold this together as long as they can. They're going to keep going the same way as long as they can. I feel like this is on like a timer. You know, like there's an expiration date to this situation. I just don't feel like they're going to be able to keep doing it this way, not forever. It's coming to an end. I feel the way this is going is you're trying to help them keep it up as long as possible. But the next ingredient that changes when the next fold comes in like this, and like, all right, the eggs were missing and butter was replaced, and they just pushed the butter aside and got their own eggs. Like, next it's going to be the flour. The flour is being removed, and now there's rice. Instead of flour, there's just rice. So they're like, okay, now what do I do? I guess I'm just going to have to ignore the rice and go get my own flour. Either that or grind the rice into some type of flour, but that won't work. So the next time the next change comes in, this isn't going to work. I feel like this is a good heads up for you, to plan or try to get a heads up and see what's changing next and see if you can get ahead of it. So that way you can get your partner ready to change before that happens, and you can, like, you know, compensate for what it already has, plus what's coming, and change the whole situation as necessary. I feel like that's what they're saying. Keep an eye out for what's coming next, because, yeah, for right now, you're able to keep it together for this, for now, but there's more coming. Keep your eye out for it. And when you start seeing it, start moving ahead of time. Start moving ahead so that you can get them online with it before it actually happens. Done? Done. I think that's good. Like, the information came through, but it makes me nervous because it's like, for right now, you're kind of holding it where it is, and that it works for now. But they're saying more is coming. Keep your eye open for the next wave, and then just actually, you're going to have to implement changes on that one. Because that's going to be too much. That's going to be too much. All right, let that be. Let's go into Libra singles. I almost feel like there's a why. There's a why. The term coming through is why tell them? Why tell who is the question now. Why tell them what? Why tell them? Almost like you're questioning. Is it you? Why tell somebody something? Single Libra. Alright, so you got victory here. That's good. You have good cards. See, this one's ending with the Four of Pentacles, too. Like, there's victory here right in the center. Somebody likes you, somebody coming towards you. Is it somebody coming towards you or somebody you like that is actually being more conducive? No, let's wait. Let's get these cards out. Something, because you got the King of Wands in the past. Now, the King of Wands in the past with the hunger, okay. So somebody has a lot of energy coming towards you, but I don't feel like this is, in the past at least, it hasn't hit the way you wanted it to. They're very passionate for a moment, but they're quick to burn out, quick to flash forward, quick to go away. Like, they don't last very long is what I'm getting, but they seem to be a repeat offender. And they seem to have a lot of need to be with you at certain times, but then they seem to fade away at the same time. It's all about them. I think that's what we're getting with the King of Wands, and I think that's why they're showing this. When they want you, they come towards you. If they don't want you, they go do something else. But it's basically about them and their control and what they want. And I feel this coming in and out, actually. Now, again, you're seeing it, though. This is in your thoughts. The Eight of Wands is kind of like you're starting to recognize it for what it is. Like, I'm good for them when they want me, but if they don't want me, they completely ignore me is what I'm getting. And it's good that you know, to a degree, they do want you. It's weird, because the Nine of Pentacles is like, clearly they see value in you, and you understand that. And you're realizing, like, they want me when they want me, they don't when they don't. The Nine of Pentacles, like, I'm kind of curious why this is okay, but I feel like it's coming in with the Page of Wands, too. It's kind of like, you like them, and you realize they're seeing value in you. But it makes you nervous, like, how long does this last? Are they going to see more value and show you more attention? Or is it basically like when you can do something for them, then you have value? At this point, it bothers me that it seems like you're comfortable with it. Because I don't like how this energy feels personally, but it seems like you're comfortable with it. Then again, you also have the Six of Wands coming in with the Two of Swords. Like, it happens again. They come towards you. They like you. They're all about you when they want you. Then the Two of Swords right after. Like, here today, gone tomorrow. But they keep coming back. They keep coming. And that's the thing. I feel like that's what's throwing you off on this. Because it's making you wonder with the Hermit, how much do they really like me? Like, how much value do I really have to them? I'm saying that because from a third-party perspective, I'm questioning, like, how much value do you really have to them if they keep doing this? But you have the Nine of Pentacles. Like, you feel like you definitely have value here. I don't like how it feels. It bothers me personally. I do have an Aries moon, which is contrary to Libra, just to be fair. So I'm trying to be a little bit more, I want to be more, unbiased, I guess is what you want to say. I personally don't like this energy because I don't think that's right. It doesn't feel right to me. But when I'm connecting to the person who this is really hitting for, I feel like you like it because they keep coming back and they keep coming back, but when they ghost you, they completely ghost you. They're coming to you on their terms. And it does have you wondering, how far can this go? Now, I get that. You are seeing it. But this, I feel like this is maybe what I'm missing. And maybe why you like it, if this is hitting for you. When they're with you, when they're on, when they want you, they're very giving. They're all about you. They're all in. It feels really good. When they're there and they want you around, they're all there. They're all in. It's just when they walk away and they ghost you, there's nothing there. It's like it's completely vacant. It's like all or nothing is how it feels to me. Now, when we go forward to the next spot, it says Tower. I literally looked at it quick. I thought it said Toxic. I really did. So it's making me feel like you're seeing it. See, I'm feeling that this doesn't jive. I don't like how it feels. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't think this is fair. I don't think you're being valued as much as you should be. Like, I think you should be honored better than that. I'm getting the Tower card comes in with wisdom and trust. Like, at some point in the future, it's finally going to click. Either somebody, like, points out what this is really like, or you finally have this epiphany moment. Like, wait a minute. How come I'm only good on certain occasions? Like, what are you getting from me when I'm of value to you? Why is it that you only come around when it's good for you? And I almost feel like for some of you, you're hitting this level, this moment where you need them. You need them, and they're nowhere to be found. And I feel like that's the Tower. I feel like that's, for the most of you, this is what it's hitting. Like, it's all good, and you feel like it's fine until you really need them, and they're nowhere to be found. And that's where you realize the trust and the wisdom come in, like, oh, now that I really need them, it doesn't suit them, and they're nowhere to be found. They're not here. And this is only in dating. Like, you're not together like a couple, and I get that, but it's like, if at this point that's how they're treating you, I just don't feel like this is good. So, I do see the Page of Wands popping in again, like you're just kind of still going along with the situation, but you're really starting to think, like, what does this mean? How much is really here? Like, do they care? Like, do they care? Like, because I needed them and they weren't there. This is the outcome for this. I'm getting like this is not really a win, but it's not a loss, because this pattern seems like it will continue for a while. The Four of Pentacles is telling me it seems like it'll keep going as long as you're okay with it. But the Five of Swords is saying this is the best it's going to get. This is kind of like the fruitless win. Technically, you're winning, but you're not being honored like you should be. You're not being cared for like you should be. So they're saying it's up to you how long you want to hold on to this, but this is as good as it gets. With this one, this is as good as it gets. And it's very strong. To me, it seems very obvious that you deserve a lot better and you have the ability to have a lot better. But they're saying it's up to you how long you put up with this. It's completely up to you, because this person will keep coming, keep going the same way as long as they can, until either you say, I'm done with it, or they find somebody else they want to be with permanently. In some cases, this person will still have their cake and eat it too. Keep that in mind as well. All right, I think we're done. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.